welcome back to my YouTube channel. Yes, I'm super excited to be doing this video finally, because this video should have been up since the month of February, but I've been postponing it due to some unforeseen circumstances. But yes, I'm super excited that you can now watch it, like you finally have it in your screen. So before we go into the video, if this is your very first time coming across my channel, my name is Lami and I talk about everything healthy, all the healthy lifestyle, the healthy content, the healthy talks, everything healthy you can think about. Come forward. Thank you so much for stopping by, and yes, please, to keep this excitement, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel before you leave this channel. Please, I'm begging. Don't just watch and go, please. Don't forget to click the subscribe button. You're going to be doing a sister, you're going to be doing a baby girl a favor by doing that. Thank you very much. And if you are an OG, you already know how much you mean to me. You know how much you mean to me. You know you're my guy. You know that I love you guys so much, and I'm always grateful for this support. Honestly, I do not take them for granted. Yes, so let's go straight into today's video. Before we go into the video, if you can grab popcorn, if you can grab biscuits, if you can grab tea or anything you can grab, please grab them right away, because we're about to enjoy ourselves. Like, I'm about to unleash the gist. This video is basically about my experience, my personal experience dating somebody of different belief from mine. So yes, I'm a Christian by belief, by religion, by everything. I am a Christian. I represent Christianity. I am for Christ. I am a child of God. And everything you can think of. So let me just start from here. So growing up, I never used to think that there were some people that didn't believe in God. I know that sounds weird, but yeah, I was a child, so I didn't used to think that there was anybody that did not believe in God. Like, it never occurred to me that there were some people that they were not Christian or Muslim. They felt like God never existed. That one did not, it never ever occurred to me. Till now, it still feels so, like I'm still finding it so hard to believe, but until I dated that person, I actually believed so. Like, this is like a personal experience now. And this is not to talk down anybody's belief. If you don't believe in God, that's fine. It's your choice to make. And if you do believe in God, right on sis, right on bro. I'm for you, bro. I'm for you, sis. And I'm for you too that doesn't believe, because I love you too, regardless. So I met this particular guy after my uni. He actually finished from the same uni that I went to. So we met each other at that time when we were done with school. So we started dating. Basically, I don't want to go too much into details. We started dating, and for some reasons, I don't know why, I don't know how, I don't know what happened, but I never got to ask him if he was a Christian or a Muslim. Like, I never got to ask. I don't know how. I don't even know what happened. I cannot explain what happened in that middle. But I just know that I started dating him, and then I found out in between that he was not a Christian. So yes, let me just continue. This person now happened to be somebody that like really loved me. Like, I'm honestly, he was one of those that really treated me like a queen, basically. So we started dating, and I was enjoying the relationship. I was happy, I was enjoying myself and all that. But then there was, I think, a month into the relationship, or some few weeks into the relationship, we just got talking, and I was like, what church do you attend? Yes, that was actually what brought up the whole conversation. And boom, this guy said, I'm agnostic. When I heard agnostic, I had to go and Google search that. What was agnostic? Because I've never heard it before in my life. I'm not going to lie. I've heard of atheist, but you see that agnostic, me, Glory, I've never ever heard of it before until that day. I'm like, you're agnostic. What's that? Like, I'm not asking myself that, how did you get here? And I was already in the relationship, and it was as though I was stuck. I was in a situation whereby I chop breakfast, like chop correct breakfast that you look at yourself right and think maybe you have spiritual problem. That's the kind of breakfast that I chop at that time. And you now meet somebody that basically just treated you very, very right and properly. The person is now agnostic. How? Ciao, we continued dating. I win this because I was like, you're agnostic. I beg. You know when you're like, I beg, you're going to change, you have to change. Like, you know, that was like my thought because I thought, okay, I could change this person. And yes, P.S. You can never ever ever change anybody. You are not given the authority. God has not given you the permission to change anybody. You can talk to them, you can advise them, but you cannot change anybody. Is that clear? So we continued the relationship and everything was going fine and all that. But on several occasions we used to have like arguments and all those kind of things. Like we just have some conversations and then this person is always saying things that like it pinches me in the body because I'm a Christian, and you know, speaking with somebody of a different belief, it's a different thing if you are not in a relationship with them. Like, I mean, you can just pass. You don't even have to respond. If what they are saying does not go in line with what you believe in, you can just easily pass by. But this is somebody that I love. I have to now start. I had to start watching how I'm going to talk about God in His presence because I didn't want to get him pissed, or I didn't want us to have an argument. So yes, I was very scared and I was confused because I kept on asking myself that why will God give me somebody that does not believe in Him to date? At the point I was thinking maybe God, maybe I'm in saving grace, like I'm supposed to be the one to lead him to Christ and all that. But honestly, one thing I've just realized is that there are some assignments that if God did not give, because if God gives you an assignment, He will give you the strength to deliver. So if God has not given you an assignment and you shout to trick your idea, or you will suffer because God did not send you there. So I found out later that that's not my assignment. Like that's not what I'm supposed to be doing. That's not my job, basically. As time went by, I began to get scared because the relationship was getting very serious. Different kind of questions were just coming to my head, like what kind of beliefs are children going to have? What would they think is right? Because you, the father, you say you do not believe. Me, mother, say I believe. Which one will the children now do? So those are the things that, and I had a picture. I have always wanted my family to look like when I start having kids and when I start having my own family. So he was not looking anything like that. It was going to be looking like a very divided house. This is a sign to you that that is not your assignment. God is not going to give you the assignment to change anybody. If God wants to do any change to anybody, He will do it Himself. How He will do it, we don't know. He might use somebody else, but if you have not gotten that, like if you have not heard from God that is what He wants you to do, or that is why you're in that relationship, then I would advise that you off your two slippers, you just sit and you pick race, you run away. Because honestly, it's a whole lot of stress and burden. It is very, very difficult to deal with people like that because they don't believe, like they do not believe. So no matter what you say, no matter how you paint it, no matter how you make it look, they just don't believe. Because you know, when you're praying that God provide for me, He's saying which God is providing for you, just work hard. You know those kind of things, and you're like, how do I want to have faith around this one? So one of the major challenges I was having was that it was drawing my faith journey back because I'm not yet fully rooted in God. Even till now, I'm still growing. I'm still a growing Christian. So imagine you being a growing Christian and being with somebody drawing you back. So it was drawing me back. It wasn't allowing me to develop spiritually. So you know that kind of feeling where you're being treated right, but there is a but, like a great but. Yeah, that was the kind of confusion I was at that time. So I didn't know what to do. I was confused. I remember talking to some of my friends about it, that could he change? Some of them were like, he's going to change, like just give it time, he's going to change and all that. But deep down inside of me, I felt like even if he ever changes, it's probably going to be because of me. And I didn't want it to be that I would be the reason why he wants to believe in God. Because one of the last things I am ever going to do in my life is to force anybody to Christ. Like, I'm never going to do that. I mean, I'll tell you about the good news. I'll tell you that God loves you. I'll tell you that God is madly in love. Like, this being is crazily in love with us. Like, I'm going to tell you that, but I'm never going to tell you, oh, you must serve God or you must love God. Because you have to experience it. Word of mouth cannot do it. You really do have to experience it. So I didn't want to believe that it was going to serve God because of him. Since I knew that I had to leave, I started to plan the breakup in my head because I really loved this person and he really loved me too back. So it was so hard to let go of each other at that particular point in time because we kept on coming back. We had our first breakup and we came back together because I was emotionally still connected to him and all that. So it was a lot of back and forth. Like, we had our first breakup, we came back together. We had the second one, we came back together. It was the third one that I knew, okay, this is it. Like, we are done and dusted. So I would say that so yes, like I said earlier, I'm sharing this particular story because I was able to overcome it through prayers and a lot of hearing from God and a lot of listening to here and there. I remember telling one of my friends that I don't know what to do, that this guy really likes me and he wants something very serious and then he's agnostic. How do I want to explain to my family members, like my parents? At the beginning stage, it was easy because I was like, it's going to change. Like, I winged it, I was like, it's going to change. But along the line, I realized that nothing was changing. Some kind of conversations, right, that we could not have because he did not share the same belief with me. So there were times that we were having conversations about God and it sounded like he hated God. Like, I even remember the particular time that I had to ask him, do you hate God? Because the way it was sounding, and it was like, I don't hate God, I don't hate God. But the way his body composure, everything was as though he does not like God. Not even that, he doesn't even possibly believe. But you need to do so much to change the person. If God has called you to be the one to bring that person to him, he's going to give you the whole knowledge and the whole strength and energy to fulfill that assignment. That is number one. Make sure you pray, please. Make sure you pray about it. Number two, I would say you should take your time. Don't rush it. I mean, I know it's hard because that person doesn't believe in the same thing you believe in and then you are scared. I would say take your time. If you want to remain in that relationship while you gradually let go of the person, like, I feel like when you're emotionally done with that person, then you can leave. Because although that's dangerous because your faith journey is also being altered, and that is very dangerous. The enemy can actually strike at that particular phase of your life, so you have to be very careful. So I would say that the number one is to pray. Number two is to take your time. If you can, take your time. Like me, I took my time. I was still in the relationship, but I knew deep down inside of me that I could not be with the person, like I could not marry him. So I knew that for sure. So I just took my time because I was already emotionally attached and I needed to detach myself by all means possible. Pray and take your time. Pray about it as to what God is saying about that particular situation. Who knows, you might actually be the person's saving grace. Nobody can say, and who knows, you might not be the one. But in most cases that I have seen, you are not the one that is the saving grace. Jesus is the saving grace. So don't put an assignment that was not meant for you upon yourself. I mean, there's a whole lot of things to do for God than chasing one person that refuses. Because if you ever dealt with these guys that don't believe in God, you will not understand what I'm coming. You will understand the kind of struggle that I had. Like, when you are praying, like you are scared of a situation and you're like, God, please don't let this thing happen to me, or God, please don't let this thing happen like this, and then the person is like, God cannot. What's God like? What can God do? You know how confusing, like your brain will just scatter. Like, that was how it was like that for me for like a couple of months, and it was very, very difficult. So I would say that don't waste too much time while you are taking your time. Don't waste too much time with them, because they are going to really draw your faith journey back. Like your faith walk, they are going to make it very slow. And honestly, there is even an aftermath of being with such people. In my case, there was an aftermath, because at a point I started to even doubt God. Like, but because of the fact that I have been a Christian for a very long time, it was easy for me to snap out of it that, Lami, are you okay? Like, I began to doubt God at a point in my life. I'm like, does God even really exist? Because I prayed about this thing, it never happened. But don't forget, I was with somebody that didn't believe. So the period of time I spent with him actually affected a part of me. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed everything I said. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. If this is your very first time coming across my YouTube channel, please, I'm begging. I'm coming back with so many other videos. I know that I've not been posting like I should, but honestly, I'm going to do better. My phone is the problem. Once I can get a new phone, and I have other things I'm doing, so I can't even focus on buying a new phone at the moment, and I film with my phone. But yeah, I'm definitely coming back with other like good stuff for you guys to watch. So please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up after watching or while you're watching. And I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.
The Wizard.